Hi ladies and gents, Michael here for another video. I've got a just back here at my lovely mum's house for a day, basically doing a vlog video and updating you on what's going on. See, this week's been a bit of a weird one because I've had my youngest son turn ill. So I basically was given an opportunity to go and stay somewhere for 4 days to look after him and make sure that he was okay, and it's a shame in a sense because he came down with a virus that also caused him to have a bad case of tonsillitis. In a sense, he had this big bulge coming out from the side of his neck. I looked after him, took him somewhere, and also made myself extremely ill at the same time because you know what kids like, little plague carriers. And it's a really weird situation in a sense. I also had a heart-to-heart with them. They were talking to me about stuff that they were having at home, issues that they felt they had with their mum, and I basically was using stuff like use your words, discuss stuff with her, and also focus on like the positive things, and it's hard really, especially when you're in a home of like a it's you're coming on from like a single parent family in a sense because you've got one parent on one side and another parent on the other side. I'm a father. I love my kids to pieces, but as the way that the state goes is they tend to focus a lot more on the mother's aspect, the parental unit in a sense. If you've given birth to children, usually you get parental right over the other partner, which is not a great thing. It's something I wish they would change. I know Fathers for Justice is doing some amazing work at the moment trying to get that changed, but it's an archaic law which, in my opinion, I don't only see it as a sexist law. I see it as a rather, it's an aggressive law in a sense because it makes every dad out to be the same thing, which is a sperm donor. But that comes to the whole like thing today of, parenting. I've had a lot of people ask me the question of, do you feel, when do you know that you want to be a parent? And the thing is, I never knew. It kind of happened within instinct. My children were conceived, and when I found out, I was prepared, and I was always prepared. And as like a father myself, I love them. I love them to pieces. If you've seen my past Minion videos, you would see that I try to incorporate them in every little aspect of my life because they are the most important people in my life. Recently, they were discussing with me about like responsibilities and how their mum wants them to grow up and be like adults. And my eldest is 8. I don't believe that anyone should grow up to be an adult at 8 years old. You need to be kids. There's a line, a fine line in my opinion. You shouldn't be babysitting kids. You shouldn't be looking after them. You shouldn't be doing anything at the age of 8. And with this whole Jared and Subway thing that's gone on recently, and also with the Lee Eldest for Lee channel, and it scares me the kind of world that children are growing up in. And there's even groups of people that have come together to try and treat that sort of thing, if you know what I mean, pedophilia as the same way as you would treat homosexuality. They're like, oh, it's the strides that homosexuality are making. And I'm just like, no. Kids are, they don't consent to anything. They shouldn't be given adult responsibility. They shouldn't be treated as adults. They are children. They should be playing. They should be having their youthful lives because, my dad used to kind of pin the adult thing on me. I had to basically take care of people. I had to look after people, and I had to kind of gain responsibility and pay my way at an early age. And even though there's nothing wrong with that, it stole a lot of what my childhood, what it is, and it's a shame, and you can put a lot of your anxieties and your pressures and your tensions from your parents at some places because your parents are the ones that, they raised you the best they could. I'm not gonna lie here, they raised you the best they could. Like my father raised me the best he could, because he was very old school, in terms of the way that Turks were. And it's a shame. And I think the message I just want to like try and get across here is that kids and responsibility should be very, very far in between. You know, a little bit of responsibility is fine, but just at the same level, I think, as adults, there's a fine line, and you don't want to steal someone's childhood away from them before they can, you know, barely be able to actually understand what that is. You know, these kids don't have an understand a concept of love, apart from, you know, the way they love their mum or dad or their brother and sister. They don't understand the concepts of the real world, like you have to pay bills and you've got to do all this other stuff. And the moment you start thrusting that stuff onto them, it kind of kills their whole idea system, you know. And they're very inquisitive little people. They're very much like sponges. But I've seen it. I've seen when my eldest has been thrusted with all this responsibility, she's become a very depressed and a very, you know, underspoken young lady, and it really upsets me. And I wish there was more that I could do. And currently, the system doesn't permit me to do that. You know, everything that I have done, I've done within reason. And I've spoken to numerous people who've just been like, well, that's not our responsibility. Your responsibility. I've even had by child services say, your responsibility has been done. All you need to do is pay their way and move on. And the system is basically saying to the fathers, your responsibility is done apart from paying money. That's wrong, man. You should be there for your kids. You should be there to love them and, you know, and be there for them. But hey, that's me. Hope I will see you guys again soon. As you can tell, I've had a bit of a shave up and a clean up here while I'm here for a couple of days. I'm going to be shooting back off onto the open road tomorrow. So I shall see you guys again very soon for another update video, of course. I'm going to try and post another video tomorrow because I want to do a response video to a video that Steve Benway posted, which was a response video to Infected Finch about YouTubers and their audience. So hopefully I can do that tomorrow before I head off or during. So yeah, thanks very much, guys. I will see you soon. It's Mychael Burhan saying thank you again. And yeah, keep sharing, keep talking, leave loads of comments in the comment section because I do want to know your opinions, of course. And as I said, you know, try and give me a video response. You know, you can tag the link to the video response. I'll watch them all. I'll place them on my page for all the good ones because I want to hear your opinion on this sort of thing. And yeah, so see you again. Thanks. Bye.